The foot and ankle is a very complex thing. It's made of 26 bones. It has to be flexible, another time has to be stiff, and you have to walk on it. Biomechanically, quite complex. In medical school, you go around the various services, and I got to orthopedics, and I go, wow, this is it. If you're like constructing things, mechanics, you make someone better, what could be better than that? The best place to work that I knew of that would be the dream place would be Hospital for Special Surgery, no question. There was lots of opportunity to build a service.
He was the foot and ankle service. He was the first advanced trained orthopedic foot and ankle surgeon to be at HSS.
People like Jonathan Deland embody the culture of HSS. They're responsible for it.
He's famous for spending a lot of time in the operating room on very long cases.
I was a little late for the theater, so I was rushing, and I slipped on the top step of the stoop outside my house. The entire weight of my body came down on my left ankle. Jonathan said, you have to get the alignment, exactly right. That extra hour or two, perhaps, that he put in changed the rest of my life.
Probably his biggest contribution is the research he set up here.
The registry collects data on every patient with a major surgery, how they were before their surgery and how they were afterwards. That never would have happened if it wasn't for one person, and that person is Susie Rose.
I met Dr. Deland as his patient, and I had such a remarkably good result. I wanted to support some project he might be involved in.
Through her generosity, we're going to have our registry fully funded.
That's all been enabled by the energy, intelligence, and curiosity that Jonathan brings, but also the support that he receives from others.
I'd already been to 3 top doctors in Montreal who told me they could never fix it. And he says, I can get you back to 98%. I said, you're hired. Everything was 100% successful.
He said, well, I'll give you so much for your professorship, or I'll give you this much more for research. Which do you want? I said, wow, that's easy. It's about the research and moving forward. And that's what he did. Started a laboratory at the hospital, which has a robotic gait simulator. It just put us in this kind of research at the forefront. I know of no better place in the world to be an orthopedic patient.
Virtually everyone who recommended HSS also spoke of Dr. Deland. The idea that I had recaptured that ability, which I really thought I had lost forever and completely 10 years ago, sums it up.
Back in the Stone Ages, he was on call every other night. When he wasn't in the hospital, he could survive on almost no sleep, and he would spend almost all the other time with his kids.
Not many people know this, but at a certain point in his life, he wanted to potentially be a priest.
I wanted to be a doctor for so long because I saw how passionate he was.
He is constantly thinking about how to improve and innovate in the field.
When I was 5 years old, I broke my femur bone and I was diagnosed with osteogenesis imperfecta, brittle bones genetic disorder. Usually, whenever I play sports, I would always have chronic pain because of it. Lacrosse has always been a big part of my life. I've always wanted to do that. I'd been playing 3 seasons, and every single season, I hurt my ankle.
She had a condition which would be a little more risky to operate on.
We asked Dr. Deland if I would be able to run after the surgery. He said, I'm not sure.
Pretty big procedure.
I can play lacrosse, I can run, I can walk.
And that's one of the most gratifying things you can do. It's about her life. How can you affect her life?
He is somebody who has a super high integrity, has had an incredibly successful career, and in the background of being this incredible father, I'm truly proud to be my father's son.